I come from a company called Marand. Some people might heard about it. It's an IT company doing lately mostly stuff in health IT. And what Marand did in the last couple of years is basically implemented the OpenEHR server, which is used also in Slovenia and in Europe and in the world. So when this HealthKit came out last year, we were really excited that Apple did something about our health. And recently, it was really a coincidence. I had this exam at my doctor. This is this regular exam you have to do every 5 years or so. And I got my blood pressure measured. I'm not so young anymore. You know, I don't move enough. And they really found that I have a high blood pressure, you know. And I was really excited about this. And I said, oh, I must use, you know, all these latest technologies to see if this is really true. And I was fortunate that I had this company importing these eye health products. And they borrowed me this blood pressure monitor, which was measuring the blood pressure twice in the morning and twice in the evening. But besides high blood pressure, which my doctor said I had, I am also cycling, you know. I cycle a lot, and she said if you are so active, you should not have high blood pressure. And I was tracking for a long time with Strava. I don't know if anybody is cycling here. You probably know Strava. It's the most popular app for tracking your rides and social and comparing with other people. And besides Strava, there is Apple Watch, which we are all waiting to get the hands of. So this guy will probably do a lot of things for us, you know, measure all the stuff we are doing in the day, walking, sitting, driving. We are really excited to see. Today I got a smart scale, which measures your not only weight, but your body mass index and how much fat you got in your body. I don't know how they do it, but they all calculate all this. Probably they put some electricity through you to see how much conductive you are, and probably the more fat you are, better it conduces the electricity. And I brought the other thing I got today, and this is the glucose monitor. If you have diabetes, I still don't have it. You can measure diabetes very simply. You plug it in your device. You put a strip. You had to get your blood from your finger, put it on a strip, and the phone shows you your glucose in your blood. But what is the issue with all these things, you know? All of them, they save the data in their own apps, in their own clouds. Strava uses their own data. iHealth, which is the aggregation app for all these devices I am showing here, uses their own data. And the iPhone itself, you know, if you turn on the health app, it measures your steps. It also uses HealthKit to store the data. So basically, what probably you already know, that HealthKit is a framework. Well, a lot of people actually thought, my personal, when they announced HealthKit, I thought, oh, it's a cloud, you know, it's a cloud. But it is not a cloud. Actually, HealthKit is on-device storage, which is encrypted, and it's very protected. So when the device is locked, it's encrypted, you cannot access it, not even your app. So when it's locked, they cannot use your data. But what it does nicely, it shows some data, it collects them in one place, which we are really excited. And it says it supports, but unfortunately, this is why I was asking to Kaitan, I don't know where is he, about these Bluetooth devices. They say that even the native health app, you can use Bluetooth low energy devices, but I didn't really get any. All these devices that I got are SPP devices, Bluetooth SPP devices. So they use custom drivers, so I was not able to test it. This is why this question mark is here, but we are getting more devices and we will test them to see if you really can do this data gathering without the app. So this is, for my opinion, even better, you know, less apps, better, you know. So actually, what was the challenge for us? It is this how to convert this HealthKit data, which is not really simple. It's just a collection of some measurements connected with this HK correlation class. And we are generating some JSON out of it. It is not really a complex thing, but it is complex to know how to put it in the right context. So, you know, if you measure your blood pressure, it is just the blood pressure. In medical terms, it actually means nothing. You know, it's two numbers for us. You know, it's systolic, diastolic. You know, when you go to the doctor, they measure your blood pressure. The doctor usually she writes two numbers on the paper. You know, and that's it. You know. But it's more than that, you know. Your blood pressure is more than that, and if you talk to a doctor, they will tell you, oh, it's not that easy, you know. It depends where it's measured. It's on wrist, or it's in your forearm, or is it, or were you lying, were you sitting, or what is the pulse, you know. It also comes with all blood pressure. And in history of this history of the health medication system in IT, it was that this application had its own cloud. So basically, it was one application which handled one specific task. And this is why they came up with OpenEHR, which is a community. And Marand is very active in this community to develop semantic interoperable data for health. So it is for hospitals and for doctors. So our goal is to bring all this data, which will definitely come from our devices in future. It will be the phone will become the hub for all our health data, and to bring it into the real hospital. So how to present this to the hospital? So and the biggest problem is, of course, interoperability. So what we are doing is that whenever you use the same principles in this OpenEHR, that you can use any OpenEHR server, and with the same metadata, you can write and read data from this server. And this might look, you know, like Stone Ages, you know, but in health it is not. You know, it is usually, you know, 20 or 50 tables describing relationships, and to know the guy, the database administrator, and how is this modeled. We don't have anything like this here. And the most important thing is archetype. Archetype is the most basic building block of the OpenEHR, which explains how data is stored. Another thing which I will not talk about is AQL. It's archetype query language. It is very similar to SQL, but also different. You know, it doesn't return tables; it returns trees. And it's much more powerful for medical data. So you don't deal with relations, but you deal with the concepts which are really health concepts. But I will not cover this. So this is the basic. What is archetype? You know, archetype is blood pressure is one example of archetype, but archetype can be everything else in your life when you go through some medical process. Let's say archetype is when let's say you go to the doctor and you have high temperature, you know. And there is a special archetype when she describes your physical condition based on what the doctor sees in you. You know, she measures your temperature, she looks in your throat, you maybe get blood sampled. And this is also solved maybe in different archetypes. You know, maybe the temperature is one archetype, the expansion of your throat is another archetype, and then it's composed in multiple compositions, which is there called compositions, and you fill them with data. So we are dealing with different kinds of data. So what we actually did is to translate this HealthKit model into these archetypes. So here is another example of an archetype. So this is something, you know, observation. When you come to a doctor, she observes you. Then she evaluates what she saw, or the results from the laboratory. Can be also evaluation. Then instruction, what to do. You know, it is also an archetype. You know, what to do, and then what to do. You know, they give you medicine. You know, you get antibiotics. Okay, so you have to model all this. You know. And this changes, this is not, some different doctors look at these things differently. So it's not, these basic archetypes are global, so you can get them for free from the OpenEHR website and build the health application of your own. But how they are arranged, they are all up to the medical process within the medical institution. So what we did actually is we made this EHRscape, which is a platform as a service, or our OpenEHR instance in the cloud, where you can, I will try to show you this, not this.
That's a nice picture of you.
That's not me, I will show this later. This is our landing page where you can get free access to the cloud service. So here are the demos, which show you what you can do. So this is the prescriptions when you get medicine. So you can see what you got and when you have to take it. This is for the hospitals. Or you can look at something like your timeline. So we have this Mary. She's 30, well, she's a bit younger now.
Where's that number?
What?
Where's that number?
Which number? But I actually have her number if you want. It's not, yeah, okay. And this is her doctor. And some basic data about her, blood pressure, oxygen, then this timeline where she was admitted to the hospital. And this is all live from this OpenEHR database. So what we provide here, it's not really rocket science. I mean, it used to be, but if you look at this API Explorer, you could see that all these functions are pretty well documented via this REST interface, and we are using it to import and export data. This is what we did with this demo. So maybe, I don't know if we have time enough, but I think this is beyond scope of this presentation. What I would really like to show you is that what is this cloud really used for? So the doctor enters some data, the medications you are prescribed and when you take them are there, or they measure your blood pressure, so the doctor physically measures and enters the data, or the input, of course, from some device. This is what we are here for. So we made this HealthKit Connect, which is an iOS app, which reads out of the HealthKit. And at the moment, it's in a very basic state. It generates a JSON, which we process it in the backend and import it into the Airscape. And the biggest thing what we had to do is actually find all these type attributes and match them to the OpenEHR attributes. So when you launch it, you have to put permissions which data you want to be exported. You push export, you set the JSON to one, it's not really public yet, but the one REST service which charges the JSON and pumps it into the OpenEHR. So this is how it looks. I will try to show you very short demo. So hope this will work. It worked before. I didn't know that this is possible, but you can show your iPhone screen like this. Sorry. Okay, so actually we are not recording. We will do something more, not here, but here. Full screen. Okay, so the QuickTime knows to show your iPhone screen and you can record it. If you didn't know, I found out this today. So, so basically, what I was doing, I was using this iHealth app. It is an app for these iHealth devices. And it's a pretty nice app. I'm not advertising iHealth, so this is devices I got, so I'm very grateful to them that they borrowed me this. So basically what you can do blood pressure. Unfortunately, I don't have the blood pressure measurement here with me because I had to give it back. It's pretty easy. You put it on your arm. It is a Bluetooth device. I must say it's a very good device. It doesn't have even on and off button. It just recognizes when you start to moving or you put it on your arm, it turns off by itself. Turns on the Bluetooth and you just press start on your iPhone. The experience is really good. So you measure the blood pressure and here are my readings. Which are then, of course, you must allow the app to, I don't know how to do this. Maybe here. Here. I really don't know, but it asks you, would you like to save the data to the HealthKit? You have to believe me on this one. So basically all my measurements, which I did by this app, went straight to the HealthKit. But there was one issue when we were multiple persons playing with this. All this data went into my store. So I got measurements from my wife, from my kids, from my parents. So then I deleted some of them, but yes. So in HealthKit, of course, you have they measure your steps, cycling distance, blood pressure, and if you look at the monthly view, these are the real measurements made. So I was measuring for about 1 week the blood pressure, once in the morning and once in the evening, twice in the morning, twice in the evening, and then via the HealthKit Connect, I enabled the systolic diastolic push export, and I got the JSON, which was then processed to the database, and later we imported this to the. So actually, this portal is running on this laptop, but all data comes from the internet, so it uses the REST API I showed you. The pages are here, but the data is there. So if you believe me or not, this is the same blood pressures that you saw on the device. So what we would really like to do is extend the functionalities of this app to add even more, to sync it both ways, so that the data which would come from your doctors to come into device and the other way around. So that's basically it. Yeah, we are looking for people to help us deal with this. Of course, we have a lot of things we would like to do with this app. So if anybody is interested to join us to work on this project, we would really be glad to give him some opportunities to work with us. So if you have any questions.
You also think about ResearchKit.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't mention this. Yeah, we applied for the ResearchKit, and ResearchKit. Actually, we were, our core business is the storage of medical data, and there was nothing on Apple site until 1 week ago when they said it's open source and they released the documents. We looked at it, I looked at it, and it's really lame, how, I don't know, it's lame, but it's the Apple way. You collect the data, you zip it in some folders, and then what you do with it, it's not their business, But there are a couple of things which we really like is this consent, how they handle this workflow. This is really good. They thought about user experience and what to ask the end user. This is really good. And the framework for the surveys, how you build this workflow. The questionnaires are made, and we also have some functionalities which are very similar to what Apple did. But we think a lot about it, especially in terms to use to store the data and to analyze it later. Because what we can really do here, what is the beauty of this product, that all data is one place. So you can know amazing things if you know what to search for. So we really are looking into this, yes.
About the cloud solution. have.
Yes.
The APIs, will they allow for custom application development or?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, you can do a lot of things with it, you know. The APIs are really simple. They are JavaScript sample. Even we have a guy from Arant here, Costa. He did already some Swift integration with Airscape, and we are also doing some Bluetooth stuff with Airscape. So we want to do location-based patients based on iBeacon. So this is some area we are investigating into. So.
Data protection.
Well, data protection, it's like this. So let me show you here. So I will not show you.
No showing off.
Okay, so basically all the data here, so about this Mary, her personal data are stored in a separate database, separate service, which is called demographics. So we don't, in real life, in the pediatric clinics where this platform is deployed, all the data about the patients is separate from the medical data. So there are two separate systems and are treated separately. So if somebody steals your medical data, they will get some EHR ID, which is some GUID and some medical stuff. So they must get both in order to know who you are. So this is the basic concept of separating personal data from the health data.
So the data itself is anonymized?
Yes. Yes. So basically we don't know when we deal with the pure data, you don't know who it is. It's some GUID, you know. You don't, and it's external. This is how it is solved. I don't know if I answered your question. In HealthKit, it's you know, it's encrypted. Also, there is big issue with this digital signing of the papers, you know, of the documents, and this is really pain in the ass of iOS. I haven't seen this really, how to do this really in a simple way, you know, to be able to authorize and make it legally binding. Yeah.
Because that's a problem, because you have to share it and you don't share it.
Yeah, you know, this is, there are a lot of requirements from Apple what you cannot do with the data from HealthKit. You are not allowed to resell it for ads. You're not able to use it without clear consent from the user and the usage of the data. There are a couple of requirements from Apple when we have not sent this app to the App Store, so we don't know yet how it goes. But it's probably even worse than other. But they're very, very sensitive about this. So
yeah, I can understand that because they will sell it to the insurance.
Exactly. I mean, this is the biggest money is in this, you know, insurance health business, and also in medical research with the research kit.